Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Western Canada Hockey Exposure Camp here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. I'm Matthew Decker with Amateur Sports Television. We're getting set for our third last game of the day. This is day 2 of the event. It is going to feature Orange versus White B. As we're about 2.5 minutes away from puck drop. So let's take a look quickly at our lineups for this contest. For Team Orange, there'll be number 2, Brody Braun, number 3, Tyson Haslin, number 4, Tyler Maslin, number 5, Will St. James, number 6, Jackson Worm, number 9, Zach Branston, number 10, Trayton DeWald, number 11, Tarek Filipuzzi, number 12, Gage Nagel, number 13, Cohen Morrison, number 14, Riley Park, number 15, Kanan Schultz, number 16, Jacob Semenik, number 17, Justin King, and number 18, Cole Whelan. Your goaltenders for Team Orange, number 31, Devin Dagenstein, and number 35, Landon McLaughlin. And for Team White B, your lineup this evening, a little bit higher numbers this go-around. Number 20, Aiden Campbell. Number 22, Tommy Scobie-Jug. Number 23, Luke Webster. Number 24, Rudy White up front. Number 39, Dawson DeCook. Number 40, Ethan Ubanga. Number 41, Isaiah Felix. Number 42, Logan Furlong. Number 43, Cohen Gauthier. Number 44, Baden Koss. Number 45, Jasper Lyle. Number 46, Alexander Malinik. Number 47, Jackson Pavka. Number 48, Almas Senek. And in goal for Team White B, number 50, Ethan Fetcher, and number 55, Colton Scott. This is a camp that features 04 to 07 born players. They are all playing to try to get themselves onto Junior A teams, maybe even a few Junior B, maybe even WHL. It really depends on how things go. It's an exposure camp. It's extra time on the ice. It's in front of scouts from all over Western Canada. As we are just a few minutes away from puck drops, it's an exciting time for these young players as they've all convened at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex just southwest of Calgary, Alberta. Warm-ups are just wrapping up this evening as we wait to see who our starting netminders will be. As per usual with any minor hockey league games, the players are usually the ones who are cleaning up all the practice pucks. They're firing towards the penalty box door. We are on the heels of an exciting game just before this one, where it was Team Red versus Team Kelly Green. Kelly Green was up 5-2 with about 3 minutes left to go in the third period before Red came storming back to tie it up at 5 apiece. Will we see something similar here, or will one team find a way to storm out in front? We're about to find out. As it appears, it will be Colton Scott getting the start for Team White. And for Team Orange, it will be Devin Dagenstein. Referees are just picking up the last of the few loose biscuits. The format pretty simple here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. It will be 3 periods, 22 minutes, all start time, which means it does not stop during the stoppages of play. So a late face-off could be even more crucial as they look to try to sneak it in. And we are underway at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. Orange with the puck in their own zone, but they give it away as White trying to get a shot on. That steered aside by the goaltender as Lyle had the chance for White. Puck into the left corner. Orange trying to transition out to center ice. The pass, though, cut off by Scobie-Jug. Jug will just dump it in deep. Scobie-Jug, that is, will dump it in deep into the right corner. Thereafter, it is Senek. Senek pushes it around for Lyle. He gets run into and knocked down at the boards, and Orange will just work the way out to center with speed down the right wing. A shot that's deflected. It goes wide. Following up the play is King. His pass misses his intended target. Out comes Orange. A shot. He scores! What a snipe. Top corner. as that is Cole Whelan with the goal. And Orange takes an early 1-0 lead just less than a minute into this contest. As Whelan stepped out from the right corner, put over top of the shoulder of Colton Scott. And it's 1-0 Orange early in this contest. As White chases after the puck back in their own zone. Orange trying to look for some more offense. There's a scrum at the left corner. Squirts out loose. And now it's in front of shot on. Stopped by Scott. Rebound into the slot. He stops that too. And he'll hold on for a face-off as Orange had a couple of whacks at it. But Colton Scott equal to the task. The green pants, you see, those are iconic of the Calgary North Stars. As that was Kane Schultz who is whacking away for Orange. White wins the face-off, throws it up to the blue line where it's held in. Orange with a shot. That goes off the legs. As that was DeWald looking dangerous in the slot. Pass out of the reach of DeWald into the slot. Shot stopped by Scott. Rebound. They score. Zach Branston picks up the garbage at the side of the goal, steers it home, and Orange takes an early 2-0 lead. We're less than 2 minutes into this contest. White could not quite get to the rebound first. And Branston finds the loose biscuit, steers it on home. Doubles this lead, the Calgary Alberta product. White into Orange's zone, but the pass is just out of the reach of its intended target. Collecting it in behind his own cage is Cole Whelan. He'll skate out to center. Flips it high, knocked down by the defender. And Rudy White. Orange, though, follows up, dumps it in deep. Scott trying to tee it up in behind his own goal. Almost gets picked off by the incoming forechecker. Bounces into the right corner, and White will just steer it out to center ice with his back turned at the red line. As St. James, his feet out of the reach of his intended target. However, Orange will now just dump it in deep. Brody Braun on the play. Scott tees it up in behind his own goal for his defenseman. And White will transition out to center ice. As Malnick centering feed looking for a target. It slides onto the goal of Orange. And Degenstein, he'll hold up for the face-off. With 18:30 left to go in this opening frame. Orange struck twice early on. They lead this contest 2-0. Also win the defensive zone face-off, but they're first for White in the corner as Jasper Lyle goes down, falls to his knees, gets back up, knocks the stick loose of the defender. Lyle trying to find it in front, but it gets pulled off of his stick by the defender. And Orange in transition, 2-on-2, the other direction. However, a good defensive play by White, preventing Orange from getting on by. They will follow up and push it into the White zone momentarily. As that was Gallant who came in. Check that. It was Nagel who was skating on in. Puck bounces into the left corner. Orange digging in after it. Nagel steers it on goals. Kicked aside by Scott. Rebound into the blue paint. Another shot. That's stopped by Scott. White will just steer it out to the blue line. Second effort. They manage to clear it. Hits the referee. Goes the way of Orange. And they'll dump it in deep. Go off for line change. It's Scott out of his goal. He'll tee it up for his defender. White looking for some options, but they turn it on over as it's Branston with it now in the right corner. Cycles it down low. Finds Whelan. Whelan leaving it for his forward. Now he'll pick up the loose puck, try to steer it in front, but it's cut off by the defender. Branston still digging in after it, as is Whelan. Whelan turns it on over. Held in by Orange. Stepping into the slot. Looking for a shot with Schultz, but it's knocked off of his stick. And White will skate out to center. 2-on-2. However, there's some back pressure as in comes White. A shot! Shoulder save by Degenstein. Puck bounces in behind as that was Furlong looking to cut into this Orange lead. Back quickly is Branston. 1-on-1. Cuts into the slot. Branston. Shot goes wide of the target. Comes up to the blue line. White trying to chip it on out, but he gets sandwiched by two forwards as that was Malinick who absorbed the check. Branston chases after it into the right corner. Spins up. Gets it pulled off of his stick by the defender, and White and Rudy White will steer it up to the blue line, not out. Held in at the blue line by St. James, trying to steer it out in front, just misses his intended target. Orange will reset from center, back in quickly. is Semenuk. His shot into the glove of Scott, and he'll hold on for a face-off with 16:10 left to go in this first period. Orange up on the scoreboard 2-0. They've had the run of the play as Scott has been under siege in the early stages of this contest. Colton Scott, a 2007 late add-in to the exposure camp. He's getting his workout so far as White in on goal. Dagenstein stops it, but it trickles in. Dagenstein got a piece of it, but it slid through his pads. White has cut into the lead as it is Cohen Gauthier who scores. A young 2007-born forward from Lac La Biche, Alberta, played with the OHA Edmonton Prep team, 6 points in 29 games. He's on the scoreboard this evening. As Orange will now start with the puck in their own zone, looking to regain their 2-goal advantage. Works his way up the ice. That is Tyson Haslin. Gets around one defender, then runs over the defender. Slow to his feet. Looks like he'll stay in the play, however. So the White player works his way, but up the ice. It's a breakaway. The shot on, stopped by Dagenstein. Rebound in the left corner. They can't steer it on goal. As looking for a golden opportunity was Baden Koss. Can't tie up the hockey game. Orange out to center ice. Away goes Nagel, weaving his way into the White zone. Right face-off circle. His pass into the slot. Nobody's home. However, he picks up the loose puck. Nagel, a shot. Blocker save made by Scott. Puck bounces in the left corner. Orange still in possession. Can't get it by the defender, however. And White will try to steer it out into the neutral zone. Pass is cut off by Justin King, but not before it slips out of play. He'll dump it in deep. Scott will tee it up for his defenseman. Long outlet pass finds Malinek, and he'll split through the defense up the ice. Here comes White, a shot. Dagenstein stops it, and he'll hold on as that's the second breakaway Dagenstein has faced in this period, that time from Isaiah Felix. But Felix couldn't quite beat the netminder, and it remains a 2-1 hockey game with 14 minutes left to go in this opening frame. Isaiah Felix, the Edmonton, Alberta product, played with the Notre Dame Hounds AA team in Wilcox, Saskatchewan. 14 points in 34 games this season as White looking for the equalizer at the blue line. Dumping in deep is Webster. Out of the reach of his intended target, however, puck into the right corner. Orange looking for it, trying to get it out to center. Skating it up the ice is Justin King into the White zone. King trying to pull it around. The defenseman can't do so, and the puck will trickle into the right corner as White trying to get it out of their own zone. King, though, causing some pressure, harassing the defender. Defender still clears it for White. In behind his own net for Orange. That'll be Haslin. Haslin trying to work his way up the sidewall. Pushes it ahead for Whelan. And Whelan skates it out to center. Looking right side for Branston. Branston, who's got goals already in this contest, dumps it in deep. He'll stay on the ice as colliding in the corner with Schultz. Schultz to the blue line. Looking back door. And then the puck gets chipped right over top of the goal. Comes out to the right point. Held in momentarily by Maslin. And Maslin can't follow up the second effort. Orange resets from the neutral zone as Branston spins back as he's slashed on. Will start at the red line. Dumped in deep by Maslin. And Scott will tee it up in behind his cage. It's Orange, all sorts of pressure in this first period. They lead it 2-1, 12.5 minutes left to go in the opening frame. Digging after the puck in the left corner. That is going to be Schultz. Schultz can't pull it off the defender, and White will just clear it out into the neutral zone. Pass out of the reach of everybody, but the referee said it did take a deflection, so no icing on the play. Dagenstein will just throw it up to the blue line. Held in by Koss momentarily. Branston skates up the ice. His shot screams just wide of the post. Bounces into the right corner. Branston out of his reach. White up to the blue line. Held in by Braun. Braun pushes it in deep. There is Schultz. Schultz in front. He scores! It took a weird bounce in front. Not sure quite who that hit, as it will be Branston who leads the charge back to the bench. And Orange has restored their 2-goal advantage. It's now 3-1 with 11.5 minutes left to go in this first period. So Orange with a lot of pressure early on in this first period. They've been rewarded for their efforts. as Branston has a pair of markers in this contest, and they're looking for more. In behind the net is King. Justin King gets pressed on by the defender. Puck is in the left corner. King still with it. Up to the blue line. His pass barely held in by Braun. He pushes it towards the right corner. There first for White is Webster. He steers it in front. Pass is broken up. Left face-off circle. A shot! That goes just wide of Scott's goal. Held in at the right point. Dancing his way through, looking for options to St. James. However, it's pulled off of his stick. Puck bounces into the left corner. White trying to clear it out of their zone. Held in by Braun at the left point. Pushes it ahead for Nagel. Nagel looking for James. St. James just pushes it in deep. They're colliding with the defender is Riley Park in the right corner. Finally, it comes loose for White, but they can't get it out. As Nagel, right face-off circle. His shot stopped by Scott. Rebound. They whack away at it, and now they score. Following up the play was Riley Park, and Park makes it a 4-1 game with about 10 minutes left to go in the first period. Scott made the first save. However, Orange kept whacking away at it, and Park was rewarded for his efforts as he steers it by Team White's netminder. And Scott now reverses in front, almost turned it on over as that almost ended up in the back of his cage. Orange still with it. Worm pushes it down low. Big collision at the side of the goal as Schultz stood up his man, following up his Whelan. Gets pressed into the boards, but not out. Held in at the left point. There is DeWald looking down to the corner. Pass in front, that's sealed off by White. Schultz is still digging in after it. Whelan is there as well. Finally, the puck comes loose out into the right corner. There first is Scobie Jug. Up to the blue line where it's held in by the Orange defender. And Haslin pushes it in behind the net in front, looking for Whelan, but it's just out of his reach, and the puck will bounce all the way back into the neutral zone with speed. However, following it up is Senek. He can't quite get by the defender. Still has it left point, looking back door, but a good defensive play made by the Orange defender, and Worm prevents that backdoor tap in. White, though, still turning up the pressure as this Felix in behind the Orange goal trying to center it, but it hits the back of the net, stays out into the right corner. White still digging in after it. Finally, Orange will settle it down up to the blue line, and away comes Whelan. Lead feed, looking for Branson. He's screaming down the left wing. Goes in behind the cage, but he stood up by the defender. A good play by Rudy White, and the team White will work their way out to center ice at his own blue line. Is Maslin. Maslin lead feed for Branston. Gets tied up by the defender. Does enough to separate him from the puck, and Rudy White goes across to his D partner. Team White can't quite get it out to center, but they get a little bit of help from the forward. Finally, it works its way to the Orange blue line, and Orange will reset. Long lead feed, looking for King out of his reach, bounces back at the Orange blue line. St. James almost turns it on over. After it, it's Furlong. Furlong into the right corner, looking for Isaiah Felix out of his reach. Puck is now taken away by Branston, and Branston, long lead feed, looking for Semenik. Semenik kicks it into White zone. He and Rudy White will collide to the left-hand side of the White net. As digging in after it, Rudy White kicks it on free, steers it up to the blue line. Team White in transition. Pass cut off by St. James. St. James gets around 2 forecheckers, can't get around a third. In comes Ubanga. Ubanga in front, but the pass was knocked off of the stick of Lyle, and Orange will just steer it in behind their nets. Left corner, Lyle still digging in after it. A little bit of help from his forward, doesn't quite get it, and Maslin will skate away with possession for Orange. Lead feed, looking for Gage Nagel. Nagel cutting into the slot. His shot deflects into the glove of Caden Scott, and Scott will hold on for a face-off with 7 minutes left to go in this opening frame. Orange up big so far, 4-1. As we found out earlier this evening, a 3-goal lead is not safe in any game, and there's still tons of time left to go. Digging in, Riley Park. He's got a goal so far tonight. Shot, steered aside by Scott. Rebound by Nagel that hits the side of the net. Nagel still digging after the puck in behind the cage. Out in front for Park. A drive and a good kick save made by Scott. The puck ends up onto the right half wall. Turnover as DeWald looking for some options. Finds Nagel. His shot stopped by Scott. Nagel picks it up into the left corner, trying to find an option at the blue line, but he splits his defenseman, and Orange will be forced to reset out at center ice as Braun lead feed out of the reach of his intended targets. White will reset in their own zone as Rudy White, looking for his D partner, can't find him. The pass misses everybody, and we'll have an icing on the play with 6 minutes left to go in this first period. Orange still up in the contest, 4-1. So the faceoff will come to the right-hand side of Colton Scott. Digging in for Orange is Cole Whelan, who has a goal in this contest. White goes straight ahead with it, trying to get out of the zone. They manage to do so. Off the glove of Braun, no icing on the play. He's got to get on his horse and hustle back as he's got a forward bearing down on him in the form of Isaiah Felix. Puck knocked down at the blue line. White looking for some options as Senek couldn't find his intended target, and the puck will just ricochet out into the neutral zone. Back at his own blue line, Team White lead feed, looking for Senek, deflects it into the orange zone. Knocked down by Tyson Haslin. Orange trying to start something from their own territory. 1-on-3, managed to kick it out to center ice. Resetting is Luke Webster. Webster lead feed out of the reach of Senek. Orange trying to enter the White zone. Can't do so on the first effort. Second effort, offside, says the linesman. Good call there. So we can see it from our vantage point right above center ice. Branston was in on the play. One of two Calgary North Stars on the ice so far. The other one is Kanan Schultz. And White has one of their own. Can't quite tell who the number is, though. We'll try to pick that one up later on. As Orange still in the offensive zone. Second effort by White clears out into the neutral zone. Slapped back in quickly by Cole Whelan. And White will reset in behind their own cage. Lead feed up to the blue line. The puck sticks along the half wall. Bit of a weird bounce there. Still favors White as they manage to get into the neutral zone, but Whelan trying to get back in. Gets stood up at the blue line. A good defensive play by Team White. And back at his own blue line will be Worm. Worm lead feed looking for Branston. Turns it on over. Trying to split the D was Furlong. Can't do so. Following it up is White. A shot hits the back of the net. And it'll be Lyle chasing after it in the right corner. His centering feed cut off by Team Orange. And it finally slides out to center ice. White in the neutral zone. Works the way up the ice. Shot in from Aiden Campbell off the pads of Dagenstein. And Worm will just steer it out into the neutral zone. There, Aiden Campbell being harassed by the forward. Pulling it off his stick was Justin King. He goes into White zone. Pass in front, wide open, and a good save made by Scott. Rebound at the side of the cage. It bounces. Somehow that stays out. Third attempt that hits the side of the goal and goes into the right face-off circle. Up to the blue line. Braun trying to hold it in. Manages to do so as he pokes it down into the corner. And chasing after it is Scobie Jug. Jug holding in behind his own net as he's got a forward watching him up to the blue line. Manages to squeak on out. And Malinek will push it ahead, looking for Koss. Koss into the orange zone, wraps around the net, comes out the right side, looking for options, but it's chopped off of his stick. Following up on the play is Gauthier. However, it's knocked out to center by Team Orange. Back in quickly comes White as Koss trying to go wide left. Can't get it around Braun. The Braun's clearing attempt doesn't get by the defender. Second effort by Orange. They'll skate out to center, and away comes Nagel. Nagel to the right face-off circle. His shot steered aside by Scott. Rebound picked up by King. Pushes it in front. They back away at it. It's underneath Scott, and he'll hold on for a face-off as Orange almost extended their lead with 2:20 left to go in this opening frame. However, it remains 4-1. As Riley Park will step in to take the face-off for Orange. He'll go up against Cone Gauthier to the left-hand side of Scott. As Colton Scott has faced a lot of rubber early on in this period. It's a daunting task for any 07-born player, let alone 07-born goaltender. Now here comes White, shot on! Stopped by Dagenstein! Or is it in? We don't have a goal judge, so we don't know. And the way they're celebrating, it almost looks like they're counting it as a goal. The puck ended up in behind the net, and now the confusion is sorted out. It is no goal. Dagenstein with a great save, and somehow the puck ended up in behind the cage. Might have been underneath the forward. That's why it got blown down. The referee lost sight of the puck. Still 4-1 as a shot from the point from Rudy White ends up in the glove of Dagenstein. He'll hold on for a face-off with 1:20 left to go in this opening frame. Score 4-1 in favor of Orange. As they're in their own defensive zone, they win the face-off. Up to the blue line, not out on the first attempt. Held in by Felix. Tries to push it down into the corner, in behind the cages. Senek in front, but he misses his intended target. And skating out to center ice is DeWald. Down the right wing, goes around the defender. DeWald down to the corner, trying to find an option. He gets pressed into the wall instead by the defender. Following up is Nagel. Nagel dipsy doodles into the right face-off circle, up to the blue line. Nagel looking for options. Finds Haslin leaves it for Nagel into the slot. A wrist shot, glove save made by Scott, and he'll hold on for a face-off with 30 seconds left to go in this opening frame. As Gage Nagel showing a lot of skill, a lot of moves. The Mossbank Saskatchewan product played with the Notre Dame under-15 prep team. 16 points in 29 games this past season. White, they win the defensive zone face-off. Campbell throws up the blue line. It's chipped out, and White has numbers. 3-on-1. In comes White. A shot! Dagenstein makes the save, and the puck goes out of play. As Umbega had a chance on goal, but he couldn't beat the Orange netminder. And that will do it for the opening 22 minutes of play here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. You are watching the Western Canada Hockey Exposure Camp, and we will step aside as these two teams switch ends for the second period of play. Welcome back to the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex for the Western Canada Hockey Exposure Camp as we're getting set for period number 2 between Orange and White B. Orange leads it 4-1 as Zach Branston has a pair of markers in that opening frame, and he'll dump the puck in deep. There first is Furlong for Team White, and he'll start the breakout for White. Long lead feed finds Lyle, but he bounces off of his stick. He chases after it into the offensive zone. There ahead of him is Maslin. Maslin up to the blue line, held in by Campbell. Campbell trying to push it into the left corner. That's cut off once again by Maslin. Outlet pass finds Branston. Orange with numbers, 3-on-2. Branston in front, shot on by Schultz, stopped by Scott. Rebound. Branston will just pick it up in behind the White net. Comes out to the right corner. Branston into the face-off circle, cuts out in front. A shot that goes over top of the net. Is Branston looking for his hat trick marker. He grabs the puck into the left corner, leaves a shot that hits the post. Rebound goes wide of the cage, as that was Cole Whelan who is looking for his second goal of the game. White will just dump it down the ice for icing to alleviate the pressure, but a glorious look for Team Orange to make it a 5-1 game. Scott with a couple of saves, and the post bailed him out from the shot from Whelan. Remains 4-1 with a minute gone in this second period. Face-off right-hand side of Colton Scott. Digging in is Justin King for Orange. White wins the face-off. Orange, though, picks up in behind the net. Out to the blue line. A shot that goes just wide as Maslin was looking to pick the top corner. Held in at the left point. Dumped in deep. There's Orange looking for Justin King, whacking away in the blue paint. It's still loose in between all the legs. A shot fanned on by DeWald, and White finally will just push it out to center. And he got some numbers and some speed, but a good defensive play made by Haslin as he holds up his man, though. Puck bounces in the slot, and that's picked up by Orange, and they'll skate it out to center. Away for Orange is Semenuk. Goes wide left. Stops up at the faceoff circle. Leaves it for Justin King. King in behind the net, but it goes underneath his stick. Still finds the loose biscuit. King spins. Comes out the right side. Pass in front. Goes through the blue paint. Nobody can tip it home. And White quickly comes back to center ice. It'll be DeCook. DeCook dumps it in deep. Teed up in behind his cage is Dagenstein. And Dagenstein and the Orange will work their way out to center ice. Justin King trying to weave his way through all the defenders. Can't do so. It's pushed in behind the net by Riley Park. Chasing after it is Semenuk. However, White will just spin off of him, and they'll try to work their way out to center. A 2-on-1 forming. Away comes Isaiah Felix with speed down the left wing. A shot stopped by Dagenstein. Rebound! That goes just wide. Did the defenseman get a piece of that? Perhaps so. White still with the pressure. A shot on Dagenstein. Stops that one too. And quickly up the ice is Gage Nagel. Nagel down the right wing, trying to skip around the defender, but a good play by Campbell. Holds it to the outside. Puck loose in the right corner. There, Felix will just reverse it. It comes out to the left side for Rudy White. Throws it up to the blue line, and White, they've had a couple of on-man looks, but Dagenstein so far sharp in this contest. Isaiah Felix at the right half wall gets rubbed out by the defender. He'll just retreat in behind his own cage. Flushed out by Jasper Lyle. Lyle harassing the defender in Cole Whelan, but Whelan manages to get away from him. He'll dump it in deep. Aiden Campbell will reset in behind his own cage. Campbell, outlet pass, finds Lyle into the neutral zone, pushes it ahead for Ubanga. Ubanga spins at the right face-off circle, almost loses his balance, but he's still on the puck as Branston now shoves him off the puck. Branston trying to steer it out, but he can't get it by Ubanga. Ubanga into the slot, left face-off circle. A shot goes right through the blue paint, and the net comes off its moorings. So we have a face-off with 18:20 left to go in this second period. Still a 4-1 contest in favor of Team Orange. That was Logan Furlong who had a chance at the left face-off circle, but he couldn't beat the netminder. Ubanga back to the blue line. A shot that steered aside by Dagenstein. Puck loose for Furlong. A drive, and Dagenstein has that too. He'll hold on for a face-off with 18 minutes left to go in this second period. Draw will come to the right-hand side of Dagenstein. King was in there with Furlong. King wins the draw, and away comes Branston, looking for his hat-trick marker. Gets held up by Webster, but Branston still has it. Branston in front for King. He scores! Tick-tack goal as Branston finds a wide-open Justin King, and it's now 5-1 Orange with 17 and a half minutes left to go in the second period. You notice when Branston's on the ice, he's one of the taller guys out there, lankier, but he's caused all sorts of havoc for Team White. Back they come the other direction is Orange. King drives it just wide as Scott made a good save on his man. Digging after it into the left corner. Ubanga gives it away to Branston. Branston down to the left corner for King. Back for Branston in behind the net. Looking for options. Tries to steer it in front, but finding it was Scott. And Scott will hold on for a face-off. Let's finish that thought about Zach Branston, the Calgary, Alberta product. Plays for Calgary North Stars Black AA team. 33 points in 24 games. Again, if you're putting up over a point a game, you're doing something right at your level. Orange still trying to turn up the pressure. Branston, left face-off circle, holds. His shot goes wide of the net. Comes out to the right point where it's held in by Orange. Down low as Maslin was looking for his target. Branston picks it up in the left corner. Cycles it in behind the cage. Out of the reach of his intended target. And Schultz, couple of players bounce in that right corner. White trying to dig it on out. They can't get it out of the zone. Branston, left face-off circle, holds, trying to pull it into the slot. Pulled off his stick momentarily. He gets it right back. Branston can't get the shot off. Here's Maslin with a drive. That goes in behind the net. Comes out to the right the right point for Haslin. Haslin, his shot also goes wide of the net as Orange is starting a line change. So fresh bodies on, and this White unit is tired on out. As it'll be Gauthier trying to rim it around. It's cut off by DeWald. DeWald collides with his man in the left corner. Two White players, two Orange digging in after it. Orange Nagel, a shot stopped by Scott. Rebound. Scott's got that too. Puck bounces in behind the White's cage. As they try to clear it on out, this unit's exhausted. Finally, they manage to get out into the neutral zone, but they can't get it past the red line. Back in quickly. Haslin for Orange, 4-on-2. Haslin looking for options in front. Stopped by Scott. Rebound. Scott's got that 2. Rebound again. Comes into the slot. Orange picks it on up. Semenik trying to throw it on goal into the skates of Nagel. He can't get the shot away. Still whacking away at it. Comes up for Haslin. A drive from the blue line. Stopped by Scott. And Scott will hold on for a face-off to bail out his team. It's still 5-1 with 15 minutes left to go in this second period. A bad line change from Team White led to an opportunity for Orange, a 4-on-2. Scott stopped that one, and he made about 3 or 4 big saves on the rebound. As Rudy White in behind his cage, goes across for his D partner, skips over his stick, bouncing into the left corner. Branston picks it up for Orange. Branston in behind the cage, trying to throw it out in front, looking for Whelan, but it's grabbed by Scott. And Scott will cover up for another face-off. As Cole Whelan from Swift Current, Saskatchewan, plays for the Prairie Hockey Academy prep team. 12 points in 36 games. He's been dangerous so far tonight. Digging in. It's Riley Park for Orange. Wins it for Whelan in the right face-off circle. Spins off of his man. Leaves it for Park. A shot. Glove save made by Scott. And Scott will hold on for a face-off with 14 minutes left to go in this second period. Park digs in to take the face-off yet again. He does so. Back to the right point. Braun, his shot hits a leg, goes to the left face-off circle. Branson will just cycle it in down low. There, Rudy White picks up the loose puck, trying to get it out of his defensive zone. Gets run into by Whelan. They're digging after it in the left corner. Down goes Park. Whelan still trying to poke away at it. Park from his knees steers it loose for Branson. A drive that's steered aside by Scott. Whelan in behind the net, comes out to the right corner. Up to the point for Braun. Braun, a shot, looking for a deflection. Doesn't quite get it. Goes wide of the cage. Park picks it up at the left half wall. Gets checked on by Campbell. Branston also digging in after it for Orange as he collides with Felix. In behind the net is Park up to the blue line. Held in. A shot. That's blocked. White trying to get a breakaway. They can't do so. Falling up is Felix. Goes through the neutral zone in transition. Felix wide right in behind the Orange cage. Looking for some options as it comes out the left-hand side. Gets checked on by Whelan. Tries to cycle it down low. Can't do so. And away comes Branston, one-on-one with McDonald. Branson, check that Webster, trying to go through the goal, but he can't get a shot on target. He and Webster will collide in the left corner. Puck up to the blue line. Held in by Maslin. First effort, second effort gets by him, and away comes White on a 2-on-1. Here they come in front, looking for Lyle. A kick save made by Dagenstein. Puck bounces in the left corner. Up the ice comes Orange. A possible breakaway for Nagel if he hustles. Cutting him off is Furlong. Nagel at face-off circle, but Furlong manages to separate Nagel from the puck. Still with it is Orange. There's King, left corner. King in front, misses his man, and Nagel held in at the point by Maslin. Down low, a shot. Nagel gets stopped by Scott. Puck is in the left corner, out into the slot. White trying to clear the zone. They can't do so. King follows it up into the right face-off circle. King out for Nagel. His wrist shot goes just wide of the post, and the puck will bounce out to center ice. Away with speed. Ibanga down the right wing. Stops up at the face-off circle. Leaves it for Lyle. His shot wide of the net. Bounces off the back of the cage. Falling up is Lyle and Ibanga. 3 Orange there, though, and away with possession will be King. He'll just skate out to center. King, 3-on-2 for Orange. Down the left wing, gets around the defender. King can't pull it by Cale Billick. Puck bounces in the left face-off circle. White has possession, and they'll skate up the ice as back and forth we go. Webster trying to go wide left. Manages to get it around his defenseman in St. James. Collides into the corner, falling up the play is Gauthier, trying to steer it in front, can't manage to do so. Gauthier gets thrown down to the ice. No call there. Up to the blue line, held in, left point by Webster. Finds Gauthier right face-off circle, looking for options. Skates up to the blue line, left point for Webster, waiting for a crowd to form in front. Can't handle the pass. Manages to hold it in on the first effort. Orange trying to dig it on out. St. James manages to do so. It'll end up at White's blue line. Webster across to his D partner. Long lead feed. Looking for Koss. Koss manages to get it on the second bounce. However, he's separated by Whelan, and Whelan will just chip it out to center. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the second period. Orange leads this contest 5-1. And they're looking for more. In comes Semenuk, trying to go wide right. Around the defenseman of Bilek. Pulls up, throws it to the blue line. Held in by Orange. Second attempt finds St. James. A wrist shot deflected in front. Scott makes the save. Rebound in front. And a good save by Bilek. Pokes the puck off the stick of Semenuk. And White trying to skate out to center. Away comes Gauthier, manages to weave his way into the neutral zone, up to the left wing, finding DeCook. DeCook trying to chop it in deep, can't do so. And Orange will start a transition play, lead feed, looking for Whelan. However, he's exhausted. He'll just tip it on in, no icing on the play, and he'll go off for fuel and tires as White resets in behind their own cage. Up the ice, trying to hold it in was Braun. He can't do so. Felix follows up the play, goes down the right wing for White, dumps it in deep out of his goal as Dagenstein. He'll tee it on up. Now he'll just throw it to the left half wall. Pinching in from the blue line is Scobie Jug. Scobie Jug can't hold it in. White can't find the handle of it. Away comes Gage Nagel. Nagel down to the right corner. His shot is blocked by the defender. Bounces in the right corner. And White in transition out to center ice with numbers. They hustle. They could have a 4-on-2. Away because Malinik gets into the slot. Malinik a shot. He scores! Oh my! Alexander Malinik weaves his way through the defenders and goes over the shoulder of Dagenstein. And he gets White back on the board. It's now a 5-2 game with 9:10 left to go in this second period. And because we have hit the halfway mark of this contest, we will see the goaltender switch showing up. Landon McLaughlin will go in goal for Orange. While Team White, Ethan Fetcher is in between the pipes. And White looking to get into cutting the sleeve some more. A shot! Hits the crossbar and it's in! What a snipe! That one from Logan Furlong, bar down, and it's now a 2-goal game, 5-3 with 8:40 left to go in the second period. Furlong just went right down the wing, played Junior B hockey last year with the Comox Valley Glacier Kings, 31 points in 25 games. He showed you why right there with a shot that hit the crossbar and in. It's now 5-3. As Lyle works his way back into the neutral zone, gives it away to the Orange forward, but following it up is Furlong. Furlong, right face-off circle, backhand in front, can't find his target in Lyle, comes up to the blue line where it's held in by Campbell. Campbell can't push it in deep as King chips it off the defender, out into the bench. We'll have a face-off with 8 minutes left to go in this second period. As we saw with the last game, no lead is safe. Red was up 5-2 in the last 3 minutes of the contest. Or check that, Green was up 5-2 on Red in the last few minutes of the contest before Red tied it on up. And now White's looking to do a similar comeback here. They got a lot more time to work with, but they'll have to play defense to start on out. As up comes Schultz, down the right wing, leaves it for Branston. Branston in front for King, and a good save made by Fetcher as he comes flying to the top of his crease. Hey, he'll hold on for a face-off as he's lying face down in the blue paint. Fetcher a little slow to get back to his feet as he's having a conversation with the referee. The Meadow Lake Saskatchewan product played with the Moose Jaw AAA Warriors 28 games. He had a .367 goals against average and .885 save percentage. Well, I'll have a little more on the Moose Jaw AAA team in just a minute as White works their way out into the neutral zone. Looking for the loose puck is Gauthier down the left wing, trying to cut into the middle. Gauthier gets held up by St. James. Does enough to prevent Gauthier from getting in on goal. Following it up, Ubanga has it pulled off of his stick, this time by St. James. Leads it up for Schultz. Schultz trying to find St. James in transition, can't do so, and Gauthier will poke it out of center. Looking for DeCook. DeCook trying to go wide on the defenseman, falls down. Puck is loose in the corner, no penalty on the play as DeCook collides with the defender. Comes up for Ubanga at the left face-off circle. To the point for Bilek. Bilek trying to push it back down low. However, Gauthier is pushed out back into the neutral zone. He'll throw it back to his defender in Bilek, and Bilek will try to weave his way to center ice. pushes it ahead for Malenik. Malenik, right face-off circle. He has a goal so far in this contest. However, his pass is in behind everybody, and working his way out to center is Whelan. Whelan can't get by his man. Following up is St. James. He manages to poke it into White's zone, but Rudy White will settle it down for Team White. His pass cut off at the blue line. Whelan into the left corner. Spins, looking in front, and a good save made by Fetcher as he's run over by his defenseman. Keeps his team within 2. Puck into the left corner. White trying to throw it up to the blue line. Manages to do so as look out. Haslin was trying to line up his man for a big check. They just missed. There might be a little bit of white on the jersey of Haslin. Lines up another man for a hit. That time he collides. And Orange has possession in their own zone. Maslin, lead feed, out of the reach of Simonik. That allows Rudy White to collect at his own blue line. Goes across for Campbell. Lead feed, manages to find Felix. Goes right side. Looking in front, but Felix can't get a hold of the puck, and Whelan will be in transition for Orange. In through the center ice logo comes Whelan. Whelan, left face, circle, shot, glove save made by Fetcher, and Fetcher will hold on with less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. Orange up on the scoreboard 5-3, but Team White B, they've had a lot of momentum in the latest stages of the second period, especially after scoring 2 quick ones. Justin King, he'll dig into the face-off circle against Furlong. Wins it, a shot! Clings off the post! You could hear it from up here. They still digging in after it. King at the right point, trying to walk the blue line. Puck is knocked off of his stick, but he falls it on up and grabs it in the left corner. King centering feed, looking for Nagel out of his reach. Holding it in at the blue line, Haslin. Check that Maslin. His shot blockered aside by Fetcher, and White will try to steer it out of the play. Can't get it out as Haslin holds it at the blue line the first effort. The second effort kicked out by Furlong. Furlong into the zone. Tried to dipsy doodle and gone goal. Chips it over top of the net as he almost undressed Maslin. Maslin now with possession of the puck in his own zone. Outlet pass finds King. King up through center ice, goes wide right on the defender, trying to skate into the zone, centering feed out of the reach of his intended target. Nagel falls on up, can't chip it by Felix, and Felix will skate out to center ice. Down the right wing, slowly works his way in, crisscrosses with Furlong, a shot blocker save, rebound out for DeCook. DeCook picks up left face-off circle, up to the blue line. Billick, right face-off circle, but the referee says that was offside. And the face-off will come back into center ice as Landon McLaughlin made a good blocker save on Baden Koss to keep it a 2-goal game. Hasn't seen a whole lot of rubber. The first shot that McLaughlin faced beat him. But he's made every save since as White has the puck in the neutral zone. DeCook trying to poke it in deep, can't get it by Will St. James, and St. James will start the breakout. Down the left wing, St. James looking in front for Simonik, but it hops over his stick. Puck bounces into the right corner. Thereafter is DeWald. DeWald digging in, trying to find his teammate. Manages to do so. The pass in front just misses Branston. Comes out to the left face-off circle, and Branston will run over his man. Trying to keep the play alive for Orange. Instead it gets poked out to center. And following it up is Braun. Braun pushes it in behind the White cage. There first is Campbell. Reverses it into the right corner for his defender. White can't get it out. Braun, a shot! Patted aside by Fetcher. Billick chases after it. Pushes it ahead. Trying to get it by the defenseman. White can't do so on the first attempt. Second attempt held in by Braun. Branston steers it in front. Chip just wide of White's cage. DeCook looking for it. Gets run into by Braun. Braun picks it up left face-off circle. Backhander goes wide of the cage. Billick chasing after it as this White unit has been on for a long time. They're getting tired. Braun can't find the loose puck. Finally, Team White will skate out to center. And away comes Gauthier. Gauthier down into the zone, in behind the net, trying to wrap it around. Stopped by McLaughlin. Puck is loose in the right face-off circle, picked up by St. James. Outlet pass finds Branston. Branston uses his size, holds off the forward, will try to dump it in deep. He'll chase after it as he and Webster will collide. Falling up is Nagel. Nagel, left face-off circle, wrist shot, sticked aside by Fetcher. Branston might have got a piece of that as he was knocked down in front. Nagel intercepts the pass. He keeps the play alive for Orange. A shot goes wide of the White cage. Held in, no, says the linesman. And having to reset at his own blue line is Maslin. Lead feed out of the reach of Nagel. Webster picks on up, looking for the outlet pass for Malinik. Goes ahead for Felix. Felix entering Orange's zone. Chips it in deep. Malinik will chase in after it. He will collide with Haslin as Haslin's had a few shots on White forwards. No harms, no fouls, says the referee. Outlet pass looking for Nagel out of his reach as coming back was Rudy White. Rudy White will set it up for Team White. Lead feed looking for Malinik. Check that as Felix. Felix will chip it in deep. Malinik will go in after it. He will collide once again and then gets brought down. That time by Haslin. Puck is now into the right corner. There first is Whelan. He'll collide with his man in Senek. Senek absorbs the check, keeps the play alive. Lyle pass in front, just misses his man in Malinik. Pinching in from the left point is White. Rudy White cycles it around out of the reach of his man as they tie up along the corner. Lyle will pull it on out. Collide, 17 seconds left to go in the second period. Puck will come out for Whelan, and Whelan out to center ice with Schultz. Schultz crisscrosses with Whelan, entering White's zone, out to the slot. Drop pass for King, but he can't get the shot away. Possible breakaway with 5 seconds left to go. Away comes Koss. Koss, his shot stopped by McLaughlin at the buzzer, and he'll hold on for the end of the period. Orange, they still have a lead, but it's been brought a little closer by Team White. It's now 5-3 after 2 periods of play. We will step aside for a quick moment. When we come back, third period of action here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. It's the Western Canada Hockey Exposure Camp on Amateur Sports Television. Welcome back to the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex for the Western Canada Hockey Exposure Camp. I'm Matthew Decker on Amateur Sports Television. Orange has a 5-3 lead as we're getting underway for third period of action. 22 minutes straight play, and Orange on the offensive as DeWald in the left corner. Pass out in front, broken up by Lyle, and Lyle will chip it out to center. His lead feed out of the reach of Koss, but Koss will chase in after it. There first is Haslin. Haslin, though, turns it over to Koss at the left half wall as Koss collides with Haslin. Haslin has been dogged all night. He's still tied up with Koss. Puck slides into the left corner as Haslin and Koss continue their battle. Koss pokes it on loose up to the blue line, but it skips over the stick. A Scobie Jug. And he'll retreat back as he's got Branston draped all over the back of him. A good job by the young defenseman from Calgary, Alberta to hold off Branston. And the puck ends up into Orange's zone as bringing down his man once again was Haslin. He's been engaged, I think is the right term, is what we'll use here, as Webster will collect in his own zone. Back in behind his net. Luke Webster waiting for his mates to finish a line change. Long lead feed in behind his intended target. No icing on the play according to the linesman. And Maslin will collect in behind his own net. Maslin trying to weave his way through his own zone. Almost gives it away to the incoming forechecker. Following up was King. He can't poke it on out as the cock keeps it alive for White. Down for Ubanga. In behind the net. Comes out left side. Up to the blue line. There is Campbell. His shot deflects just wide of the cage. Braun trying to chip it on out, looking for Branston. Branston pokes it ahead. It ends up in the Orange bench. And we'll have a quick stoppage to play just less than 2 minutes into this third period. Again, no shot clock to speak of here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. Orange up on the scoreboard 5-3 early in this third period. As King will dig into the faceoff against Isaiah Felix to the left-hand side of McLaughlin. And King will win the draw for Orange. But on the puck quickly is White. Chasing after it. Felix pushes it into the left corner. Up to the blue line. Finds Campbell. Campbell holds his wrist shot. Looking for a deflection. It goes just wide. Holding in from the right point is Webster. Webster, his shot deflected in front. That goes through the blue paint. Picking it up is Malenik. Malenik down low, out of the reach of Senek. Comes into the right corner where Orange will pick it on up, and Branston will skate his way out to center. Chips it ahead, looking for Nagel. That's just too far out of his reach. Campbell will collect. He'll rim it around the wall, and out of the reach of Senek. Collecting at his own blue line is St. James for Orange. Reverses, takes his time, takes a look, goes in behind the safety of his own cage. Outlet pass for Branson. Lead feed for Nagel. Nagel, his shot hits the leg, goes wide. Branson for the hat trick. It hits the back of the net, stays out. 19 minutes left to go in the third period. Branson up to the blue line, holding off the defender. Chips it into the left corner, chases after it, trying to get ahead of Billick. Billick does a good job to hold off Branston. Puck is still on that half wall as there's one Orange player, two White, comes out for Branston in the corner. Branston gets rubbed out by Felix. King chasing in after it, trying to push it loose for Branston. Branston in behind the cage, pass in front, hits the leg, ends up back to King. His feed misses everybody, and White will just skate it out to center. That's a good couple of looks by Team Orange trying to extend that lead to 3. However, they couldn't pull the trigger, and they'll start within their own zone. Referee says no to the icing. St. James will set it up for Team Orange with 18:20 left to go in this third period. St. James weaves his way through the neutral zone. Left side finds Schultz. Schultz, face-off circle, leaves it for Wheeling, gets bumped off the puck, finds it again at the blue line. Now he's dispossessed, that time by Koss. A good play by Koss. And the puck will bounce at Orange's blue line. Following up the play is Schultz. He'll dump it in deep. Teeing it up in behind his cage is Fetcher. Haven't really said his name so far in this third period as White in transition, possible 2-on-1. The puck bounces. It's a breakaway shot. He scores! Furlong, his second goal of the game. He's got Team White within 1. It's now 5-4 with 17 and a half minutes left to go in this third period. A loose puck. Defender was not aware that Logan Furlong was right behind him, and Furlong went blazing on in. And the Comics Valley Glacier King goes top shelf for his second goal of the contest. Orange trying to get the goal right back as Nagel, his pass out of the reach of his intended target. Lyle will poke it out to center. Maslin can't get it in deep as Furlong will follow it up for White. Gives it away to Maslin, reverses it for his D partner. Lead feed finds Nagel. Nagel flips it high into the left corner. After it is Semenik. Semenik can't beat the defender. Campbell gets there first. White trying to steer it out of the zone. They can't do so. Held in by Nagel in the first effort. Second effort is out. This time it's DeCook. DeCook down the right wing. Gets stood into by the defender and Haslin. Again, he's been a physical presence all game. And it's a one-goal game. You might need that. Campbell, left face-off circle, a shot, blocker save made by McLaughlin. Ubanga chasing after it in the left corner, collides with the defender in Maslin. Kingion's in there to help out his defenseman. 2 White, 2 Orange, looking for a loose puck. Referee's content to let them dig after it. Finally, King comes away with possession of the puck. Down goes the forward. White now has it, trying to wrap it around. They can't get it on goal as there was an opening. Left point, Campbell has room to bring it down. His shot, glove save made by McLaughlin. And he'll hold on for a face-off with 16 minutes left to go in this third period. It's a one-goal contest. Orange is up 5-4 after White has scored 3 straight. King, he'll dig in and take the face-off to the right side of McLaughlin. Cohen Gauthier will go up against him. King wins the draw. However, White comes away with the puck. Gauthier, puck hops over his stick. Billick picks it up at the blue line. Trying to get a shot off. Now he does. That's blocked by St. James. That one stung him. And Branston reverses it for St. James. Trying to skate off this bump after taking that shot directly to the knee. It looks like he's still laboring a little bit down there. St. James, he now has the puck in the right corner. Chips it around the forechecker, up to the blue line. Can't get it out as Gauthier holds it in. Gauthier, left face-off circle, holds his shot. Did that hit the post? It might have, or McLaughlin got a piece of it. Held in at the blue line. Billick puts it down low for DeCook. DeCook collides with Braun. Puck bounces in the left corner. Chasing after it is Gauthier. However, is pulled off at his stick, and King works his way out to center. His pass just out of the reach of Branston. That'll go all the way down onto the pad of Fetcher. And Fetcher will hold on for a face-off with 14:50 left to go in this hockey game. White is turning it on as Orange dominated the first half of the game, but ever since White scored back-to-back quick ones in the second, they've had the better run of play. As of late, Branston digging after a loose puck. It's out of his reach. Up the ice quickly comes Senek. Senek trying to weave his way through the defenseman. Gets around another one. Senek on goal. His shot just wide of the post. Almost had a highlight reel goal to tie up this contest as King throws it out into the neutral zone. There is Schultz, wide right, trying to go around his defender. Stops up in the right corner, throws it for Branston, right face-off circle. Branston can't pull the trigger, gets it back. Now he takes a shot, glove save made by Fetcher as he stops Branston, who is looking for his hat trick marker with 14 minutes left to go in this hockey game. Fetcher will stare through his goalie mask to his right as Riley Park will take the face-off once again for Orange. He wins it. A shot, glove save made by Fetcher as a quick rifle from Whelan had eyes for the cage. Fetcher says no, and we'll have another quick face-off to his right as Felix will go up against Park. Park wins it. Back for Maslin. Goes right side for Haslin. His shot goes wide of the cage. Fetcher just steers it back in behind his own net. Park picks it up. Comes out in front for Nagel. A drive. That goes over top of the cage. Fetcher might have had a piece of that as well. Pinching in from the blue line is Haslin. Keeps it alive for Whelan. Right corner. Whelan pressed on by two defenders. Finally comes loose for Malinik. Malinik, though, can't get it out. Comes back. Whelan, a drive. That hit the crossbar as Whelan was looking to put his team up by 2, but he found iron. It's the type of music a goalie loves. Still a one-goal game with 12:45 left to go in this third period. We briefly mentioned how all the momentum was in White's favor. Well, it's starting to shift in this third period as Orange, a lot of offensive zone pressure, haven't been rewarded for their efforts so far. As White will work their way out into the neutral zone. 2-on-2. Pass looking for Koss. Koss, though, can't handle it. He'll chase after it in behind the Orange goal. Chipped on out up to the blue line. It's held in by Campbell. Wrist shot deflected. Doesn't work its way through. Back quickly. A possible breakaway pass, but it doesn't find Whelan as Maslin was looking for Whelan in behind the defense. White now will chip it down the ice. No icing on the play, and Braun will collect in his own zone. He's got Furlong on the back of him. Furlong's got a pair of goals in this game. Looking for his hat-trick marker, but White will have to play defense. This is a 3-on-2 for Orange. King, right face-off circle, a shot off the mask. A Fetcher rebound at the side of the cage. They can't steer it on home as DeWald was looking for a marker in this contest. The first shot hit Fetcher in the mask. He didn't know where it was. Rebound, luckily for him, bounced wide. Pass in front. That misses Semenuk. DeWald picks on up. Left face-off circle for King. King trying to pull it to his forehand. He's got it now. A shot doesn't make its way through. Semenuk, a drive that steered aside by the netminder. Comes out for DeWald. Again, a shot that goes over top of the cage as Fetcher watches it blaze by his goal. Orange, though, continues turning up the pressure. King trying to cycle it down low. Cut off by Gauthier, but Gauthier can't get it on out. There's some pushing and shoving. Referee armed up in the air, and we'll have our first penalties called in this game with 11 minutes left to go. And both players will be escorted to the penalty box as there was a lot of pushing and shoving directly. Pushing and shoving, rather, by that left face-off circle. Be DeWald who will go off for Orange and Koss for Team White. It will remain 5-on-5 with the coincidental penalties. So face-off to the right-hand side of Fetcher, won by Orange, but it hops over the stick of Branston. Coming out, it's to Koch into the zone. His pass out of the reach of Ubanga as he was streaking in alone on goal. A big hit as Orange absolutely leveled his man. Is it really any surprise it was Haslin? Ubanga trying to steer it on goal, but he can't get it around. Haslin once again, and up the ice comes Branston. Branston trying to split the D and in on goal. Drags it just wide of Fetcher's cage. Puck bounces in the left corner, comes up to the blue line for St. James. St. James down low, looking for Whelan. Gets checked on by the defender. Board battle breaks out. Puck comes loose for Branston. Branston can't steer it out in front as Billick holds him up. Billick up the left half wall, looking for his forward. Second effort by White, gets it out. Is a 2-on-1? No, check that. It's a 2-on-2. In comes White, trying to pull it on through. That was Gauthier, but he couldn't get it around Haslin. And Schultz trying to get it out to center. Can't do so on the first effort. Following up was Haslin. He manages to push it out to center. Collecting it at the red line and back into his own zone is Webster. Webster goes left side for Scobie Jug. Scobie Jug can't get around his man, but he does retreat back into his own zone. Second effort finds Malinik. Malinik ahead, cut off by the defenseman. That was Worm. We haven't said his name very much in this hockey game. However, White back down the ice. It misses everyone. We'll be icing with 9 minutes left to go in this third period. Still a 5-4 hockey game. Anything can happen. Lots of time left for some heroics. Orange has an offensive zone face-off as King will dig in against Felix. They scramble on the left face-off circle. Orange pulls it out. Nagel from his knees steers it wide of the cage. Puck bounces into the corner. After it is King. Check that. It's Park. Park trying to push it loose for King, but he can't find him. White will just steer it out into the neutral zone. And Maslin will collect at his own blue line. Maslin being watched by the forechecking Senek. His feed misses everybody. And it's dumped back in quickly by White. Rudy White into the left corner, chasing after it is Felix. Felix thought the puck went one way, it went the other. That gives Orange an opportunity to skate out of their zone. Away comes King. King with speed through the neutral zone, down the left wing, gets around the defender. King on goal, a shot, stick save made by Fetcher. And Fetcher finds the rebound and will hold on with 7:50 left to go in this hockey game. That's Justin King, tons of jump in his game. Pulled it around the defenseman, but he couldn't quite find the back of the net. Orange with an opportunity, a drive! That's sticked aside by Fetcher as he denies Cole Whelan a chance from the face-off. 7.5 minutes left to go in this hockey game. It remains 5-4. As both the minors are now done and the penalized players will return to the respective benches. Bit of a wry smile from the players below us. As things can get heated between competitive players. White trying to work the way back into the orange zone. Whelan gets run over by his man. And it's a tripping call this time against Team White. And they're escorting Lyle to the penalty box. I thought it was DeConck who had the trip there. Either way, it'll be the first power play of the game. It will go to Team Orange. They are up by 1, looking for some insurance with 6.5 minutes left to go in this hockey game. Digging into the face-off circle is Semenik. Semenik wins it back to St. James at the left point. St. James cycles it down low, finds Schultz. Schultz, right half wall for Whelan. Whelan passes it to the blue line, but Braun had vacated his position, and he'll have to retreat back to his own blue line. St. James, long lead feed, finds Whelan. Whelan entering white zone, right down Main Street. Leaves it for Semenik, left face-off circle, down low for Whelan. Whelan falls down, manages though to poke it to the blue line for Braun. Braun walks the blue line, right half wall. There he finds Schultz. Schultz skates into the corner, looking for some options, goes in behind the white net. Schultz steers it in front. That's sticked aside by Fetcher. Puck is loose in the slot. A shot, and that was deflected wide. Webster getting in front of the Whelan shot. Whelan, though, picks up the loose puck in behind the cage, runs over his man. Puck hits the back of the net, and Schultz has it again. Left face-off circle, St. James, a drive that goes over top of the goal. Held in, right point by Braun. Braun, half wall for Whelan. Whelan pushes it all the way down low for Semenuk. 5.5 minutes left to go in this third period. Left face-off circle, St. James up top for Braun. Braun holds, doesn't shoot. St. James trying to go through the seam looking for Whelan. It's deflected, and Whelan will just poke it in behind the net. Semenuk in front, and a good save made by Fetcher as he denies Schultz in tight, and White will just dump it down the ice. Excellent save to give his team a chance. Ian Fetcher as he denied Schultz in tight on a good tic-tac-toe play. Back up the ice comes Branston. Branston still on the power play. Not quite over yet. He's got it in the left face-off circle. Down to the corner for King. King looking out in front for Park. It bounces off of his skates. Shot from Haslin that goes wide. King into the slot. Park a drive that goes wide of the cage. He had the goalie beat, but he couldn't find net. Held in by Haslin at the right point. Puck bounces in the face-off circle, and finally, White will just poke it out to center. The stick is chopped out of the hands. No penalty called there. Power play is done. Orange 0 for 1 so far tonight. They'll work their way up the ice quickly. Here comes Branston. Can't get by the defender. White in transition. Can't quite get it around Haslin, and they'll collide directly below us right in front of Orange's bench. Haslin pokes it on loose, but it goes right to Lyle. Lyle can't get it in deep. Following up the play is Rudy White, and a lead feed will find its way to Semenuk. Semenuk can't dump it in deep. Out by Maslin at his own blue line. It will be Campbell. Campbell right side for White. Up the ice. White trying to find that tying marker. They are down by 1 with 3:40 left to go in this hockey game. We saw a 5-5 tie last game here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. We'll see it again tonight. Into the slot. Here comes White. A shot pad save made by McLaughlin. Schultz, the puck skips over his stick, but away comes Dugal. 2-on-1 for Orange. Dugal in front for Nagel. It hops over his stick. He can't get the one-timer. Puck is in the left corner. Rudy White in behind his net, out of the reach of Campbell. Comes out for Lyle at the right half wall. Can't get it out of his zone. DeWald, puck skips over his stick, and that allows Koss to skate out to center. A big hit as Koss gets run over, this time by Haslin, and Haslin might have drawn himself a penalty. He's been playing on the edge all game, and indeed he will go to the sin bin this time with 2:45 left to go in the third period. A chance for Team White to tie up this contest in the dying stages of the hockey game. Ubanga will dig in to take the face-off against Whelan. Ubanga wins it, comes out to the right half wall, and Orange will just backhand it down the ice. We'll keep our eyes on Fetcher to see when will he go to the players' bench. Ubanga will start from in behind his own cage, works his way out to the neutral zone, gets around Whelan. Ubanga down the left wing, trying to go wide on St. James. Drop pass from DeConca. His shot is deflected. It goes in behind the cage. St. James can't quite clear it. It bounces at the side of the paint, and White can't find it. Whelan will dump it down the ice. Fetcher still in his goal. He'll come on out, tee it up for his defenseman. That is Billick. Billick will wind it up for Team White. Billick into the neutral zone. Almost gives away for Branston. Following it up, however, is Furlong. He's got 2 goals tonight. Furlong stick handles his way, and he scores! Hat-trick marker for Logan. Furlong goes blocker hand side of McLaughlin, and this game is tied at 5 apiece. Furlong dipsy doodled his way around the defender, and on the power play, it's a hat trick here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. Logan Furlong is not up this game with 1:10 left to go in the contest. King, though, trying to regain the lead for Orange. Throws it out in front, out of the reach of his man. Branston a drive that's blocked and bounces to the left face-off circle. Picking it up is Malinik, trying to chip it around the defenseman. Does get by King. Centering feed finds Felix, and Felix will dump it in deep. Setting it in up at the side of his goals, McLaughlin. He turns it on over. Felix in front, finds Webster. His shot deflects out of play. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off for Team White B with 40 seconds left to go in this third period. A chance for maybe a last gasp winner for Team White. They've trailed all this game at 1.5-1, and now they have a chance to get 2 points. Face-off, scrambled in the right face-off circle, and shot. That's steered aside by McLaughlin. Orange trying to get it out. They can't do so. Held in by Gauthier. Down to the right corner, trying to feed it to the blue line. It's cut off by Branston. Comes up now to the blue line. Webster, right side. Scooby Jug. His shot, that's blocked. And maybe a last chance breakaway. Away comes Semenuk. Semenuk in alone on goal. Is stopped with 5 seconds left to go. King in front. His pass misses Branston. A drive that's turned aside by Fetcher. And this game will end at 5 apiece. Fetcher stepped in, his team down 5-1. He stopped everything he faced as White clawed their way back into it, and this game will end up as a 5-5 tie. We are nearing the end of game number 2. We will step aside. When we come back, it will be our second last contest of the evening. It will feature Team Sand against Team Lime Green. And apparently they're doing a shootout. Well, this is interesting. They aren't supposed to do it, but all right. Team White scores. And it will be Whelan with a chance to tie it for Orange. Goes wide left. Whelan, a shot! Stopped by Fetcher. Fetcher didn't know where it was. It was in the blue paint. And he keeps it out. And they were just doing the one apiece. They broke protocols. We got a couple of shooters. We missed the first one. I believe it was Lyle who scored for Team White. And then Fetcher, playing the role of hero, stops Whelan. So it'll be 6-5 White. As we said, we'll step aside. When we come back, it'll be Team Sand versus Team Lime Green here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex.